Feeling a bit under the weather during a full moon? If you sneeze and you suddenly grow a snout, you might have contracted a case of being a werecreature. Werecreatures are the generic term for werewolf. You know, regular people with a horrible curse that turns them into killer wolves at night. In the first bestiary, there are also werebears and wererats, which follow similar rules. Let's recall knowledge on the werecreatures. We'll start with the werewolf. In Pathfinder, werewolves are simply humanoid wolf creatures born of two werewolves. They have the ability to transform between a humanoid form, a wolf form, and a humanoid wolf hybrid. They form societies and live their lives as normal, with one exception. On a full moon, they lose their ability to transform at will and become a larger, more powerful version of their hybrid form in a moon frenzy. A werewolf can also transmit a weaker version of their powers to other humanoids with a contagious bite. If the target fails a fortitude save, they contract the curse of the werewolf. Every full moon, the target transforms into a hybrid humanoid wolf and goes on a rampage, which they don't remember the following morning. Note that these cursed humanoids are different than most werewolves, who are simply born and raised as werewolves. The curse can be removed with any normal curse-removing methods, like the spell Remove Curse. It helps to think of werewolves as having two different types. True werewolves are those born and raised as werewolves that can change shape at will. Afflicted werewolves are those hit with the curse of the werewolf, who might not even know it because they only transform into a werewolf every full moon and become a murderous alter ego they have no memory of. So what are true werewolves actually like? Let's start with the traits. Werewolves count as humanoids, beasts, and werecreatures. They're also medium, so become large during a moon frenzy. CE means chaotic evil, which isn't relevant after the remaster, but hints that they're generally self-serving and organize themselves based on strength, like around a strong leader or a family. Since werewolves have three forms, in a sense they have three stat blocks as well. However, not much changes between them. In hybrid form, they have a short bow, claws, jaws, and a battle axe. For ranged attacks, they can use their composite short bow, and for multiple attacks, their claws have the agile trait, making them the clear choice. What's interesting is that their jaws and battle axe do the exact same amount of damage. The only difference is that jaws transmits the curse of the werewolf on a failed DC 19 fortitude save. Therefore, a werewolf must make a choice to specifically trying to give an opponent the curse of the werewolf. The werewolf has attack of opportunity or reactive strike, as well as pack attack, which grants extra damage on targets that are in reach of other allies. If the werewolf is with friends, therefore, the strategy is clear. Surround opponents to get bonuses to damage and prevent escape with reactive strike. In humanoid form, they gain a fist attack, which replaces their claws and jaws. Otherwise, they can still use their weapons, like their battle axe and composite shortbow for ranged attacks. So the humanoid form isn't particularly more useful for combat. It would just mostly be for disguise. Meanwhile, the wolf form is the opposite. While the wolf form loses access to their equipment, they still have jaws and claws and become faster. The jaws also gains the knockdown ability. Knockdown lets a wolf spend an additional action after a successful strike to knock the opponent prone. So wolf form is actually better for combat, but since they only have jaws as their primary attack, they're much more likely to transmit the curse of the werewolf. Therefore, particularly aggressive or malicious werewolves might fight you in wolf form, while more mannerly will fight you in hybrid form. Also keep in mind that just as a werewolf might disguise themselves as a human, they also have wolf empathy, so they can talk to wolves, which means they might disguise themselves as a wolf and live amongst them as well. You might be fighting a pack of 5 wolves, while unbeknownst to you, one is actually a werewolf that could transmit the curse to you. The secret to defeating a werewolf is their weakness to silver. Any attacks made with a silver weapon will have their damage increased by 5 points. If werewolves are the chaotic evil warriors of the werecreature world, wererats are the rogues and thieves, with a lawful evil alignment. While the werewolf's wolf form is arguably better at fighting in close quarters, the wererat's rat form is simply smaller and has a climb speed, meaning it's better for sneaking around. This could be useful because instead of pack attack and attack of opportunity or reactive strike for the werewolf, the solitary and sneaky wererat has sneak attack and nimble dodge. Sneak attack grants additional damage if the target is off guard, and nimble dodge means they can use a reaction to increase their AC to a certain attack. A wererat's bite is also their best first attack, and can follow up with a swing from their agile short swords. Otherwise, their abilities are similar. They're still medium and weak to silver. They have a lower creature level, and communicate with rodents instead of wolves. Finally, the werebear. If werewolves are the chaotic evil fighters, and wererats are the lawful evil rogues, then werebears are the lawful good rangers. Werebears are the least likely of all these werecreatures to be found in company, much preferring solitary lives like real bears. When a werebear enters a moon frenzy, they don't just mindlessly attack anyone. They seek out what they perceive as injustice and destroy it, friend or foe alike. Werebears are also also large and therefore become huge when entering a moon frenzy. Their bear form is faster but otherwise similar to their hybrid form, using jaws as a primary attack and claws as the follow-up. A werebear's claws have grab, allowing them to spend an action to grab opponents on attack. Jaws, claws, and grab would normally be the best combination of strikes. However, werebears also have the Mauler ability, which gives a +2 damage bonus against grabbed opponents. So it actually does more damage on average to use claws, grab, and then claws again. If the target is still grabbed on their next turn, they can proceed to use jaws, claws, and grab. The great part about claws as well is that they have a 10-foot reach, so the bear might grab you far enough away that you can't attack in return. In hybrid form, they have the same abilities but can also use their great axe and throw their hatchet as a ranged attack. The great axe does the same damage as a bite, however requires 2 hands impeding their claw ability. It also has the sweep trait, meaning they get a +1 bonus to attacking a second target if they are already attacked that turn. Their unique abilities are Hunt Prey and Precision Edge, just like a ranger. Hunt Prey spends an action to give them some bonuses to tracking that target, but most importantly it affects Precision Edge. The first strike of a turn against the werebear's hunted prey does an extra 1d8 damage, so an encounter with a werebear might start with them determining if you are a threat to their protected area or designation. If so, they will hunt prey on the offending party, then either sweep with their great axe to hit 2 opponents or transform into a bear to use claws and grab to maul them to death. In conclusion, all werecreatures are similar in that they straddle the line between being humanoid and animal, able to speak to both and transform into both. They're weak to silver and go on a frenzy in a full moon and can curse you with a bite. Werewolves are pack fighters, wererats are rogues, and werebears are large, righteous rangers and forest protectors. The context you meet them will determine their strategy as well as their intentions for interacting with you. Therefore, the best strategy for a werecreature is to be open-minded but cautious.